Okay, I'm delighted to be joined here by one half of the Armagh management duo, Jim McCormack. Unfortunately, we're without Paddy McCardle here today. Jim, it's a great position to be in this time of the year. You're staring down the barrel of an All-Ireland final and run out of Croke Park. How long has this process been in motion, Jim? And when did you kind of get the wheels rolling on this success so far?
Well, now I suppose it has started maybe approximately 18 months ago. Really was when we started. We sat down and tried looked at it, and probably was approached by Paula, and maybe would be interested in going in if the Armagh come out. So sort of one thing led to another, and said, right, we'll have a wee look at it. And then we got ready for a couple of National League games last year, and got through the first one, and then the second one sort of fell apart a bit. The team actually couldn't field, but we didn't panic, and we said we'd let it sit and we get ready for the championship. So what happened then actually was that we got a fixture in the Ulster Championship against Tyrone in the Junior Championship, and it was to be played actually before the I think it was Armagh Donegal match, and that actually threw a carrot, I suppose, out there to the girls to get playing in front of Armagh supporters in numbers, and they really sort of kicked on after that. So we played Tyrone that day, and after it was there was no disrespect to either team, but it was okay of a game. We got through it, but it did set a sort of maybe where we could end up after this, and we just took it from there. We then decided that we would get a team together to get over the championship of last year, and our goal was actually just to fill our fixtures, and we actually only won one game last year, but we played with a very young team, a very inexperienced team, and a lot of our minors actually that played this year played last year on the senior team. And once that season that was over, we sat down, me and Paddy sat down, and then we said, right, there's a lot of girls out there not playing Armagh Camogie, and we decided that we'd take a look at the championships and see what we could get our hands on and talk to them. And that was really where it started now, and we got in last year after the championships, met them in October, and we've been working very hard since. To this day we're still working hard, and that's the way we've taken it, just one game at a time, and really built momentum the whole time, and that's just what it was all about.
And I have to say, Jim, just picking up on that, I was lucky enough to get out with you a couple of times, and probably the first meeting I had with you was maybe November, December time, when a lot of other teams would have maybe been down in tools and taking a break and looking forward to figuring out when they were going to start in 2016. But yous had a core group of very good numbers at both minor and senior level out in Katie when I called out to you. And what I noticed was the kind of attitude then was almost championship level attitude. It was almost in November and December like you were gearing up for a final at that stage. Do you think that made a difference, and the fact that you were training the minors and seniors together, has that helped things this year?
Well, to be honest now, the minors and senior thing only really started whenever the man that took the minor team then couldn't commit to it, and we didn't want to leave the county board in sort of run around looking at the minor manager. So we said, listen, we knew it was a short season, so we decided we would take the minors and seniors together. Now it was hard work, believe you me, it was hard work, because it was the numbers. All of a sudden, instead of having smaller numbers, you had, like, you're really talking about some nights you had 35 to 40 players there. But to be fair now, Paddy was great, because the young coach, and he's all into these modern ideas and modern coaching and that there, and he's been about, even though he's a lot younger than me, but he's been about a while, and he's had loads of experience, and between the two of us we sort of gelled together. We kept them separate some nights, and we trained them all together on other nights. But getting back to your point there about did it build, we're getting like championship at that early stage of the year, but we really weren't. All we were doing was trying to build team spirit, and that's what it was all about, and has been all year. It's about the panel, the team, right from Paula and Aoife right down, because a lot of them might think on the game, and there's no such thing as a one-man band, because it's not work, and everybody sort of bought into that. And I suppose Paddy working on the more modern end of it, I would always be old school. I'm sure there's plenty of people know what I'm talking about, and kept very sort of in many ways, back to one side, just watching what was going on, and it just has worked great, And starting early, yes, was a real bonus, because it definitely built momentum. We were sensible enough, because Like, I've been about a long time, Paddy's been about, we sort of knew what way to balance it. And then of course girls then were starting to train, and it was one of the new year then, the girls were back training with their clubs. So we had to be careful with the clubs, and we actually encouraged them to go and train with their clubs. This thing to me of holding county players, you know, and not allowed to go to their clubs is crazy. Let them hoard away, and at the end of the day it's about hoarding. The more hoarding they get, the better they'll be. And then when we wanted them with the county and the county training, we had no problems all year. So it was starting early, let the clubs see what was going on, let us see what was going on, and at that stage we were sort of, you know, we were looking at our best players and getting them best players in. Yeah. It was tough now, there was few hard decisions to make, like, and there was tears and there was disappointments and all the rest of it, but so far so good anyway.
Yeah. No, and just picking up on what you say there, you know, it's a struggle, and it's probably a point of breakdown in a lot of counties where, you know, maybe certain management teams or certain people in charge wouldn't be too open to the idea of sending the club players back to the clubs. But you felt that the clubs have bought into that more, in the fact that you've let them go back and had an open relationship that way.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, like, girls, boys, all they want to do is play games. And when you have a panel of, well, we ended up with a panel of 34, and it's impossible. We talked at the start of the year trying to get every girl game time, but, like, you know, well, within maybe 95%, yes, we got that, you know, but, like, you know, when you're in this business of winning games and trying to win leagues or championship, it boils down then to the first 15 and who's fighting to get into the first 15. And it took the girls, now to be honest, took them a while to sort of understand that, you know, because there's no egos in this Armagh team at the minute, I'll tell you. Yeah, it took us that, you know, getting to know them and them getting to know us, and, you know, and it definitely is a good tight bunch, you know, and they're hopefully that what we have tried to put into them and what we've done over this last 18 months, it'll get them over the line. At the end of the day now, it's for getting over the line. There's no cups, no nothing give out till he blows the final whistle. And we are on the right end of it or on the wrong end of it. Camogue's going to go ahead in Armagh now, and going to go ahead in Ulster. And it's about, you know, setting down the foundations maybe, and hopefully they get stronger, you know. The minors now, of course, then go back to the minors. The minors then went through their campaign and actually absolutely enjoyed it, because it was good to see such a talented bunch of young girls coming through, and ended up then we must have, which I'm not sure now, could have 8 of them on the panel, and like there's going to be 3 or 4 of them going to be playing Croke Park on Sunday. And they have moved on to another level, and I suppose the challenge for them is to keep Armagh going. That'll be a big challenge for their minors, but well, I would recommend a county to a county management to be over minors and seniors, and just have to think about that, because it was hard work at the time. Enjoyed it, of course, but I was sort of glad when it was over, because then we could concentrate on the seniors. So.
Well, it has stood you, and as you say, you have been able to blood them players into the squad.
Yeah.
Now, Jim, I have got to know yourself and Paddy fairly well over the last 12 months through the Coach Academy. Realistically, are you in bonus territory now, or is this what the goal was all along? Did you see yourselves as National League winners and facing down an All-Ireland final in Croke Park?
Well, I suppose like every player that, you know, goes into whatever competition they're in, whether it's the club championship or whether it's an All-Ireland series, you know, you look at the big picture and you look at the end result. In the back of my head, I would always say, yes, that's where I want to be. But I know it's hard work. I know it. You know, a lot of things can go wrong. Again, the National League, we sort of took one game at a time in the National League. I looked at the teams that were in it, and I knew that we had a serious chance of doing well in it. So as we got towards the semi-final of the National League, then, like, naturally enough, you're thinking of winning it. So once we got over the line in the National League and won the Division 3, we knew then that the only other 2 teams that we hadn't seen much of was Carlow and Westmeath. We played Westmeath last year with a very young team in Ballymacnabb, when there was 4 points in it. We thought to ourselves, like, you know, if we have done serious work from them, so we would be in and around Westmeath anyway. Carlow we weren't sure about, but they were playing at a higher level, we knew that. But when we played them in the championship, we know, like, there's not much between us. But as far as thinking of Croke Park, it was always in the back of the head. We put it in the girls' head right at the start, but it was always kept right to the back. And as we've come closer and closer to it, yes, we have been pushing it flat out now. it's a great achievement to get to Grove Park, but I've been there before, and Paddy's been there before, played on it, managed on it, and if you don't win on it, it's a different volume, you know. As I just have said, it's either after the game's over, look at the Kilkenny men on Sunday, heads in the hands, and they've won numerous All-Irelands, still the faction, so you want to be jumping up and down, that's what I know.
So Jim, you know, as you've said, you know, it's such a big occasion, and there's such a lot of work and effort has gone in from everybody involved in Armagh this year. You know, I know the work the county board has put in as well, and you are continuing to grow in terms of the support, and no doubt there'll be a big support there on Sunday. In your heart of hearts, are the girls confident? Are they ready? And will they do the job on Sunday?
First of all, I must say about the county board there for everybody else out there. The county board have been absolutely unbelievable, and I suppose Paula, Aoife, and the whole county executive have been, you know, anything we have wanted, we have basically got it, you know, within reason. Like we haven't been too, well, I think we haven't been too pushy, but they have backed this year to the hilt. They know that Camogie and Armagh should be in a stronger place, and I just cannot praise them enough. Maybe other county boards should be looking at them and saying, like, oh, how did Armagh do this? And like, it's not rocket science, it's just pure, you know, working together as a team and that there, so definitely can't praise them enough. Come back to your question there. Can we get over the line? Sorry, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Can we get over the line?
It?
Well, honestly now, I'm always one that would be 50-50. I don't never would count my chickens before the hatch. It comes down to the day. There's only one team going to win this game. The best team and most skillful team will win the game. And it doesn't matter what happens outside of that there, you can plan all you want. If people don't perform in the day, that's what it comes down to. Hopefully we'll be on the right end of it, and we'll be doing everything we can. Believe you me, as you know yourself now, you've been there in a few sessions a year doing different things with us. We've had good men in around us all year. I can mention them or not, but I'll mention them. Matty Lennon, Kevin Kelly has helped us, you know, Paul has helped us. Yourself, who has young Sean Duffy, a boxer here in the town, done a session with us, different things like that, just to spur the girls on, you know. Done a few wall ball sessions, stuff like that, and everything we have done has, well, hopefully it has helped them to get over the line, that's it.
Well, look, Jim, you have had great support, and you will continue to have great support on Sunday. All your work is done now, so all we will do is wish you the very best of luck on Sunday. And regardless of whatever happens, you have had a very, very successful year with Armagh, and hopefully this will push everybody on in the county further in years to come. So Jim McCormack, thank you very much, and good luck Sunday.
Thanks, Niall.